Sunil, thanks for joining us at the Future of Advertising panel. You are the Chief Business Officer of Moloco. Tell us a little bit about Moloco.
Thanks, Ernesto. Great to see you. Moloco actually stands for Machine Learning Company. And what we do is we help companies bring ads that are engineered for outcomes.
How do you do that?
We do it in two ways. One is around personalization, where we figure out which ad to put in front of which user that will drive the conversion. And the second thing that we do is because we use first-party data off the advertiser, we know exactly what the value of the predicted value of the user is going to be, and we use it to price what the ad should be, what price should we pay for the ad in a way that drives better outcomes for the advertiser.
Interesting. What's the biggest challenge that you face in working with existing customers or finding new customers?
It's as they say, a lot of the proof is in the pudding. When we go say performance, I'll give you an analogy, right? You look at two cars, they look exactly the same, but they may have very different engines. One could be V8, one could be V6. The only way you know if it works is if you drive it. So the biggest challenge with new customers is like, hey, let us prove to you, give us some data, let's prove to you, that's one of our biggest challenges. How do you articulate? Because nobody wants to know the design of the engine. They just want to know how fast it goes. So that's one challenge with our new customers. With our existing customers, one of the hardest things about performance marketing or marketing is sustainability of your performance, right? And this is where we work really hard because our machine learning models are based on deep learning, where we're constantly learning from every single ad campaign that's running. And the key thing about machine learning is because consumer habits are also changing, how do you keep your models updated, right? So that's the second challenge, which is how do you keep sustainable performance happening when the world around you continues to change? And like, for example, even, we just went through COVID, where a lot of people were sitting at home doing things online. The LTV models were built on that phase. Now we're 2 years out of COVID. The LTV models are very different, right? So you need to keep up with the models, with the real-time data to make sure you're driving the optimal outcomes.
And tell us a little bit about how easy or difficult it is to get the data from your customers, also get third-party data, privacy concerns. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, it's a great question. The good news is, for example, in the app ecosystem, we have a pretty mature ecosystem of attribution providers, which are privacy-centric, which are safe. So the advertisers give them the data, and we work with those third-party partners to ingest that data and drive specific outcomes, right? So we don't create custom integrations with every customer. We actually work with the ecosystem that's privacy-friendly and drive those specific outcomes.
Great. What brings you to Cannes?
I've been in advertising on and off for about 10 years. I've always found there's a religious debate between brand marketing and performance marketing. I think we've reached an age where there is a way that both can coexist, but with better measurement. And I just wanted to see, how is marketing kind of evolving over time? Are people still using sample-based techniques for measurement versus census-based? And just wanted to see where the wind is blowing. Because typically the wind is like, oh, brand is moving to performance, or people are sick and tired of last-click attribution and they're moving upper funnel. So I just came in to say, where's the wind blowing this time? But I feel like there is a real question on fundamentals and how we can make brand marketing more effective as well as performance marketing more effective.
Yeah, it is a religious debate for sure. You just attended our panel, and we had Disney, Coca-Cola, Known. What did you take away from the panel?
Sure. First of all, I thought it was a great panel, great topic, and really good frameworks explained by BCG too. Two things that struck me. One was, when the likes of Disney and Coca-Cola say that they are as much of a technology company as they are a consumer products company, was refreshing to see. And I think more people will start adopting that mantra of also being a technology company and measuring everything. Which is really good. The second thing is when Vijay from Coca-Cola talked about there's a difference between size and scale. It was great to see, and to me, the parallels that came to me was in brand marketing. There's a difference between reach and frequency versus what outcomes is it driving. And I think a lot of people confuse the two. So it was really refreshing to get that insight from Vijay as well.
Great. Sunil, thank you for stopping by the BCG Cabana here at Cannes.
Thank you.